Ayan, muli po magandang hapon po sa ating mga Math Terrific cuties dito sa ating online tutorial, sa ating every Friday na Itulay online tutorial. Amin din pong binibigyang acknowledgement ang ating mga home learning partners, ang ating mga magulang, mga guardians ng ating mga cuties. Kasama rin po, wini-welcome ko rin po ang mga kasama nating guro na patuloy na sumusuporta sa ating Itulay na tayong po ngayon ay nasa Itulay level up. So, ako po ang inyong makakasama para sa hapon na ito. Ako po si Tutor Janet. Normally kasama ko po ang ating Math Diwata tutor, si Tutor Angenique, para sa Math 9. Pero sa kasalukuyan po hindi po siya available. So, wag po kayong mag-alala sa darating na mga Biyernes pa po. Makakasama niyo po ang ating napaka-refreshing na Math Diwata tutor. So, amin pong ina-acknowledge ang ating pivot learners material na ginamit po namin para sa week na ito sa ating quarter 2, week 1. So again, kami po ang inyong mga tutors para sa Math 9. Hayaan nyo pong i-plug ko lang na every Friday from 3 o'clock to 3:40 p.m. kasi po ang Friday ay Math Talino Day natin sa Itulay online tutorial. Okay, so gaya po ng aking nabanggit, ngayon po ay nasa panibagong yugto na tayo ng ating current school year. So for Math 9, ang ating pong quarter 2, week 1 topic ay magfo-focus tayo sa direct and inverse variation. So dalawang klase muna po ng variation ang pag-uusapan natin for this session. Okay, so ano po ba ang ating mga objectives? Atin pong isa-isahin ang quarter 2, week 1 objectives natin. So, at the end of the session, so we expect po na ma-illustrate ng ating mga tuties ang iba-ibang situations, no, real life situations that involve the following variations. So as what I said, dalawa muna po, direct variation, direct square variation, kasama na rin po yon, and inverse. Okay, so ayan po ay under ng code natin for MELP, Math 9, Algebra 2A-1. So haba pong tinitingnan ninyo sa screen ang ating mga objectives at atin po munang acknowledge yung mga maaga pa lang nakita ko nang bumabati sa atin si Jenna Dalopena, Giwan, at meron din po tayo from SDOQC, si Gabriel Villamor Kerubin. So good afternoon, Gabriel. Kasama niya rin si Charis Dominic Calantes. Si Charis naman po ay galing sa Ramon National High School. So welcome sa inyo mga anak. So kasama rin po natin, marami pa pong iba dito, yung mga lagi na nating nakakasama, si Mark Louis Alonso from Diamond, watching from Ramon National High School, and also kasama niya din sa Ramon National High School si Krishna, at eto lagi ko nababasa si Princess Divine from 9 Galaxy, so ang ating isa sa mga most cooperative school from Cagayan. So Isabela, sa Diamantina National High School si Princess. Hello sa inyo dyan sa Diamantina, Kabatuan, Isabela. Okay, welcome po sa ating online session. So patuloy po kayong tumutok at huwag kalilimutan na i-share. So atin pong ilaan yung first 30 seconds natin to share this stream para po sa mga kapwa natin tuties na nangangailangan ng assistance dito sa topic natin for the second quarter. Ayan, so habang inaantay po natin, sina-shoutout ko rin po si Angel Magdato from Macario Molina National High School, all the way from Romblon. So hello Angel, kasama rin natin si Isabella. So lagi natin yung kasama rin from Diamantina National High School, at si Angel, or rather, Angge de la Peña. Good afternoon sa'yo, Angge. She is from Milky Way and galing din siya sa Diamantina National High School. So sana lahat ng mga kasama natin sa Diamantina National High School ay makakasama rin natin hanggang sa dulo, hanggang nagsasagot na tayo ng ating mga tasks para sa linggong ito. Ayan. So atin nang umpisahan ng ating session. No, I hope nakapag-share na kayo, makita natin yan. Kung may makakasama pa tayo from all over the Philippines. So sana po tulungan niyo po kaming ipakalat ang kabutihan na patuloy pong pinapalaganap ng ating kagawaran para sa simpleng pagkakatuto ng ating mga learners. Ayan. So, meron po tayong karaniwan na kinaklasify na relationship for quantities, no? Pwedeng a pair of quantities, pwedeng 3 or more quantities, but normally when we're talking of two quantities, we may say that quantities vary directly with another quantity. So meaning, paano natin yun mas bibigyan ng konteksto? So halimbawa, habang nag-i-increase yung isang quantity, it goes with that na nag-i-increase din yung isa pang quantity. So, on the other end, meron din po tayong ibang klase ng relationship na quantities vary inversely. That is, kung merong pagtaas doon sa isang quantity, meron namang pagbaba doon sa other quantity. Or in context, sabi nga dito sa screen, one quantity increases as the other quantity decreases. Ayan. So, yan po yung normally nakikita natin na relationship between a pair of quantities. Okay? So, halimbawa po nito, let's have a real life context of this relationship. So, sa mga boxers, no, very familiar tayo dyan. So, meron tayong mini-measure yung kanilang reach. So, yung length of arm span nila daw will be compared, let's say, to height. Okay, sa kanilang height. So, our example, perhaps si Onyok Velasco. So, si Onyok Velasco, let's say, ang height niya ay kagaya ko, mga around 5'4 or 5'2. So, ang length of arm span niya will be somehow parallel sa length of arm span ng iba pang 5'4 din yung height. Pero kung i-compare natin, let's say, sa isang matangkad na boxer, let's say si Floyd Mayweather on an international context, so magkaiba na yung length of arm span ni Onyok Velasco at saka ni Floyd Mayweather. So, sino ang mas mahaba yung arm span? So, ina-expect natin na, syempre, sino kaya ang mas mahaba yung arm span? Sige nga, paki-type nyo nga mga math terrific cuties. Sino sa palagay nyo ang may mas mahabang arm span? Si Onyok Velasco ba? Or si Floyd Mayweather? Ayan. So, ayan, puro shoutout kasi nababasa natin para maiba naman yung laman ng ating chat box or comment box. So, ano sa palagay ninyo ang tamang sagot doon? So, sinasabi natin na dahil nga mas matangkad si Floyd Mayweather, so probably, or not just probably, but certainly, mas mahaba yung kanyang reach or mas malaki yung kanyang reach. So, because ang tawag natin sa relationship ng length of an arm span to a person's height is a direct variation. Ayan. So, alam na alam po natin yan na direct variation means habang tumataas yung isang quantity, halimbawa in this case, tumataas yung height ng isang tao, humahaba yung kanyang arm span. Okay? In the other relationship naman, sa kabilang bahagi, meron naman tayong relationship na baliktad, kagaya ng nakikita natin dito. Ayan, so nagsagot na sila, humabol sila, Isabella. So thank you, Joey D. Sabi nila, tama naman ang sagot nila na talagang si Floyd Mayweather daw po ang mas mahaba yung arm span. Kasi nga, that illustrates direct variation. Now, how about velocity or speed? No, ibang tawag natin kasi sa velocity. That is a term we commonly hear in science, is speed. So the speed of a moving object compared to another variable, yung time na kailangan niyang i-google, hindi i-google na i-search, yung kailangan niyang spend na time to cover a given distance. So ano naman kaya ito? Ito rin ba kagaya ng first relationship natin ay direct variation or hindi na siya direct variation? Again, paki-comment po sa ating chat box para i-shout out ko ang mga magagaling nating cuties. Ayan, so welcome po sa kanila from Bougainvillea. Yan, yung mga masusugid nating taga-subaybay mula sa Deparo National High School ni Ma'am Angenique. Sa talagang special mention, namimiss nila ang aking partner, si Tutor Angenique. So, welcome sa'yo, Jade. Okay, pagtsagaan mo muna ako for today. And then welcome din natin, again, yung mga kasama natin from Isabela, si Ayla May. So, ano sa palagay nyo, Ayla May, Jade? So, iba pa natin nakakasama. Ano kaya ang relationship na pwede nating itawag between the speed of the object na gumagalaw and the time it needs to cover a specific distance? Yun ba ay halimbawa rin ng direct variation or hindi halimbawa ng direct variation. Okay? So, yan, puro mga shout out. So, syempre, ang atin ditong konteksto ay halimbawa, papunta ka ng school. Ang ginamit mong mode of transportation, so ngayon hindi pa yan possible. So, noong nagpe-face-to-face pa tayo, so normally, pag naglakad tayo, so medyo mabagal tayo sa morning halimbawa. So, mas mabagal yung speed mo pag naglalakad ka kesa pag naka-bike ka. So, saan yung mas maiksi yung time? Doon ba pag naglalakad ka or pag nakasakay ka ng iyong bike? Ayan, si Angelica Gabriel, nakita ko agad, nakuha yung attention ko ni Angelica. Sabi niya, hindi pa siya sure, inverse variation. That's okay not to be sure, nak. So, tingnan natin, no, bakit natin pwedeng i-consider na tama siya. Kasi dito, velocity of a moving object increases, anong nangyayari sa time? Halimbawa, yun nga, ang velocity mo pag nagbabike ka ay 10 kilometers per hour, samantalang pag naglalakad ka ay 8 kilometers per hour. So, syempre, mas maiksi yung time mo na kailangan spend going to school dahil mas mataas yung speed mo pag nakabike ka. So, that is an example. So, tama kayo, Angelica at Princess. So, this is an example now of inverse variation. So, hindi natin siya tinatawag na indirect, no? Kasi baka maano kayo doon. So, direct variation. So, ang kabaliktaran ng direct variation ay inverse variation. Ayan. So, ating consider yung mga napili kong halimbawa dito. Meron akong 6 na mga relationships na ipapakita. So, ginroup ko siya accordingly. So, you will tell me, halimbawa, itong first set. Okay. Yan. Po-project ko na lang siya, no? Distance and speed. So, distance covered, tsaka speed. Ayan. The current flowing through a circuit, so this is very common for variation, no, sa electricity. The current flowing through the circuit and the voltage. Okay, so yun yung dalawang quantities na kino-compare or binibigyan ng relationship. Okay, how are they related? So, pangatlo, yung area ng square at saka yung length ng side. That's one group. Okay? They belong to the same group. Okay? Samantalang yung ating susunod na tatlong halimbawa, ito naman sila. Current and resistance. Then, altitude. Okay, sabi dito, kapag paakyat ka ng bundok, as the altitude increases and you get higher, syempre nag-hike ka pataas, the temperature, mas dumalamig, will go down. Okay, tapos, lastly, the brightness of the sunlight varies inversely to the distance. So, brightness na naibibigay ng sun against the distance, that planet, let's say it's a planet or that place, the distance that it has from the sun. Okay? So, ayan ay isa panibagong group ng relationship. So, ano kaya ang itatawag natin dun sa first group? Ayan, yung first group natin. Ano itatawag natin dyan? So, ang itatawag natin dyan, nandoon na yung keyword, no? Directly proportional. As one increases, the other also increases and varies directly. Those are just ways to express what we call direct variation. On the other hand, ito naman pong tatlong last set of relationship natin na pinakita between current and resistance sa electricity, altitude, and temperature para sa mga nag-hiking at brightness of the sun, that the brightness the sun brings to a place and the distance it has from the sun, these are all called inverse variation. Ayan po. So, yan po yung ating comparison ng dalawang set na yan. So, yung una, between rate and speed, okay, between area and a side, at ito naman pong last natin na current and resistance electricity, brightness of the sun and the distance from the sun. These are all example of inverse variation naman. Okay? So, let us try to give the definition for direct variation. How is it defined? Sa ating ginamit na module. So, again, ang ginamit po namin ay ang pivot module kasi sa atin din pong YouTube channel ng DepEd TV, si Sir Prince, ang ating Prince of Math, ang ginamit din po doon ay ang pivot module. So, nag-stick po kami doon. So, when two quantities increase at the same time or decrease at the same time. Okay, so that is how we can distinguish direct variation. Samantalang sa inverse variation kasi, yan, meron tayong when one quantity increases, the other decreases. Okay, so or vice versa. When one quantity decreases, the other increases. Okay, so yun yung mga indication ng arrow. Ulitin ko lang para hindi ma-confuse sa direct variation, this will be a guide for you, yung arrows natin dito. As one increases, the other also increase with it. Or as one decrease, ganun din ang nangyari dun sa isa pang quantity. Samantalang sa inverse variation, as one quantity increases, the other decreases or vice versa. Ayan. So, tinukoy na nila yung mga halimbawa natin, okay, ng direct variation. So, ito ang ating, let's start with a more specific problem in your context. Kunyari, meron kang task, inutusan ka ng iyong mother to buy rice. Okay, that cost 55 pesos per kilo. Okay, your mother asks you to buy rice which cost 55 pesos a kilo. If 1 kilo costs 55 pesos, how much will 10 kilos of rice cost? Okay, so dahil nga ini-illustrate natin dito na syempre pag mas marami kang bigas na kailangan kainin, mas marami ka ring bigas na kailangan bilhin, you have to have more money in your pocket. So that is why this is a problem or a situation na pwede nating i-classify as direct variation. Okay, so dahil nga alam natin na direct variation siya, what are the questions that we can ask or we can answer then at the same time dahil nga ito ay alam natin na klase ng direct variation. We can answer the question like, halimbawa, magkano dapat yung pera na kailangan mo? Kailangan ba mas mataas siya sa 55 pesos? Okay, so sabi nga kasi natin, the more kilos of rice you need, the more money you will pay. Okay, ayan. So habang binabasa ninyo for the second time yung problem, shout out muna, sabi ni Angelica Gabriel, so tama siya. Kung sasagutin natin yung pinakatinatanong mismo na how much will 10 kilos of rice cost, the answer is 550 pesos. And nag-agree din si Joel. Actually, si Joel yung nag-mention ng una, Joel D. So, shout out din kay Althea May Balangke from LFG Diamantina National High School. So, patuloy pa rin sila na tayong sinasamahan mula first quarter, ngayon na tayo nasa second quarter. So, maraming salamat mula sa yan, from LFG Diamantina National High School. Okay, so tingnan naman natin yung isa pa nating halimbawa ng this time inverse variation. Okay, sa inverse variation, meron yung, kung matatandaan niyo yung binanggit ko, no, ganong konteksto pa rin. If you walk slowly going to school, it takes longer time. But if you walk fast, no, using the same route, if you walk fast, it takes you shorter time reaching the school. Ibig sabihin nun, your speed in walking varies inversely with the time. So, mas binibilisan mo yung paglakad mo, mas umiiksi. Okay, mas lumiliit yung time na kailangan mong i-spend going to school. So, 'di ba kaya nga sabi natin, parang sa Squid Game, no? Kailangan pabilisan talaga. The faster you have walked, the shorter time na ma-reach mo yung destination mo. Pero syempre, yan ay sa mathematical, no? Iba-iba naman tayo ng phase, no? Let me just connect it in real life. Hindi naman tayo mga quantities. So, tayo ay mga dynamic person. So, do not be worried kung medyo iba yung facing mo dun sa facing ng mga tao sa paligid mo or ng yung mga peers. So, we have to always consider primarily that our face will not be the same. Our facing will not be the same doon sa facing ng iba. So, let's just be proud of what we have achieved at this point. Ayan, di ba? So, sabi nga, good afternoon from SDO Cagayan, si Angelica Gabriel. Ayan, marami tayong kasama talaga from Luzon, Northern Luzon. Okay, so let us have other examples here. So, paano ba natin pwedeng mapakita yung forms ng relationship? No, there are different ways or techniques na pwede nating ipakita yung siya ay direct variation or siya ay direct square variation or siya ba ay inverse variation. One is through an equation. So, let's say this one, you are given the equation y equals 2x. Okay? So, let's show the table of values for this relation between y and x. So, if x is, let's say, 1, y is 2. If x is 2, y is 4. If x is 3, y is 6, and so on. No? So, ibig sabihin, doble ng x yung y. Kaya nga, halimbawa, if x is 10, y is 20. Okay? And then we can show it also not only in these ways. Pwede rin tayo sa mas pictographic way to illustrate variation like this. And that is called the graph. At alam natin na ang graph nito is a line. Okay? In fact, it is a line passing through the origin. No? Kung wala tayong restriction sa values ng x and y, we will have a line na magi-start sa third quadrant going up to the origin. It will definitely pass through the origin. So, yun ang characteristic ng variation. Unlike function na pag sinabi nating linear function, no, it could have different y-intercept. Pero sa ating topic ngayon na as a relation, direct variation will definitely contain 0, 0 kung siya nga ay walang restriction sa x values. Ayan. So, yan yung one way. And the last na makikita natin dito is as a principle. No? Paano natin yan i-state as a principle? No? Because this is a direct variation, we can notice from our sentence that as the value of x increases, no, habang pinapalaki natin yung value ng x, okay, sabi nga, halimbawa 10, if x is 10, we expect y to be 20. Okay? So the graph, therefore, that you see as shown here on above this text box is the graph of a line that rises to the right. Okay? And yun nga, dapat para masabi nating variation siya, it will contain the origin. Okay? Ayan. So, anong ibig sabihin nun? So, pwede natin ngayong interpret yung equation natin na y equals 2x. No, pwede natin siyang, no, kasi yan ay lesson na pang linear equation in two variables. But in the context of what we are learning now that you're in grade 9, medyo iti-tweak natin ng konti. No? Dahil nga ito ay variation na gagamit na tayo ng ibang letter for our slope. So, this means that y varies directly as x. Kasi nga sabi natin, as habang lumalaki, as x moves to the right, y increases with it. So, this means that y varies directly as x. Okay? So, yun yung ating connotation. And that is an indication na meron tayong constant of proportionality. Ayan. So, sa ating mga halimbawa dito, ayan, so kagaya rin nung sa bigas, pwede rin, halimbawa, birthday party, ayan. Okay, so if you have a birthday party to celebrate, pasadahan na lang natin ng mabilis, no? Parehas lang din yan. So, halimbawa, kailangan mo ng 100 balloon. So, ibig sabihin nun, kailangan mo ng how much na halaga ng pera kung gusto mong madaming balloon. Siyempre, dapat mas malaki siya sa 70 pesos. Kasi yung 70 pesos mo can only buy 14 balloons. So, kayo nga po mag-comment sa chat box or sa ating comment box. Magkano ang kailangang i-prepare ng isang 14-year-old birthday celebrant kung kailangan niya, let's say, ng mas marami pa sa 14. Let's say, gusto niya ng 100. How much should he or she prepare if she needs to buy 100 balloons? Ayan. So, parehas din nung sa bigas kanina, di ba? Ayan. So, habang inaantay natin yung mga sagot ng ating mga kasama dito, shout out muna tayo. So, watching from Macario Molina National High School, si Princess Anika Moral from grade 9 Spring. So, kasama niya rin, I think this is from Bulacan, Santa Lucia National High School. Welcome po, Ma'am Omana Joanna. So, maaring siya ay home learning partner natin at binanggit niya dito si Shara May Jean O. Wakiko. Watching po siya from Santa Lucia National High School. Ayan, sabi ni Angelica Gabriel, no? Ang bilis talaga ni Angelica. So, 500 pesos po. At nag-agree naman, so tama po kayo doon. So, ang ibig sabihin nun, 100, so 500 yung kailangan i-prepare. Kung 10, no, na hindi lang natin nakita dito, in between 8 and 14, meron tayong 10. So, kailangan ng 50 pesos to prepare. So, because ang ating constant of variation dito ay paano natin mako-compute, no? So, pwede nating kunin any ratio. So, for variations like this, no, we can start with the larger number that is available. Halimbawa dito, 70 over 14. So, our answer is 5. When we also divide 10 by 2, the answer is 5. Nung nakita nyo sa screen, 20, then pag dinivide sa 4, 5. Kaya nga, ang tawag sa kanya ay constant. It's the constant of variation. So, kaya yung sagot nyo, Angelica and Princess, congratulations. So, ibig sabihin kung 100 yung x, so ibig sabihin for us to have the same constant of variation, then y should be equal to 500 in that case. Ayan. So, aling narito lang si Renz. So, Renz, kasi ang ating k ay 5. So, for you to find y, so let me write it down para mas makita. Okay? Sorry. Okay. So, burahin natin yung red na nailagay ko dyan. So, ibig sabihin nun, if we need to find y, so atin ginagamit normally dito is a triangle, no? So, ang ating given ay y equals k times x because the ratio of y and x are the same. So, pinapakita dito, the ratio of y sub 1 over x sub 1 is the same ratio with y sub 2 over x sub 2. So, kung ang ating y ay hinahanap natin, no? So, we're after y. If we know this x to be 100, okay, so x is equal to 100. So, that means y is equal to k times 100. Okay, so we have k times 100. So the answer is k is equal to 5. Nakuha natin yun sa mga complete set of values na given. So 5 times 100, the answer is, okay, medyo kinakabahan ako. Sabi ko nga, hindi na ako sanay mag-isa, namimiss ko na si Matt Diwata Tutor. Ayan. So kaliwete kasi po ako. Pasensya na po. Yan. So this is 5. Okay, because our k is 5, so 5 times 100. O, yun lang. Or yung logical na ginagamit natin na, syempre, kung meron tayong 5 is to 10 dito, so dapat meron tayong 100 is to 500 sa ating susunod na okay, values pa. Okay, so yan po ang ating example. Let's have now the next example for direct variation. So this time, so kasi doon naka-table of values, paano pag ganitong case, no? We are just given a pair of value, no, values for x and y, and you're asked to, first, what is the constant of variation, and then second, what is the equation, and then what is the value of x when y is equal to 36. So pakitype nyo nga po, ano kaya ang magiging value ng constant of variation natin sa case na to. Sabi daw, when y is equal to 12, x is equal to 4. Okay. So, ngayon ang tanong, what is the value of k? Then, follow-up question, kapag alam mo na yung value of k, what is the equation in the form, yung ating triangle, huwag kalilimutan. So, I think this is very useful, hindi lang sa math, okay, but in other fields, no? Yung paggamit ng mga pictographic way to illustrate relation, no? So, if we know that this is a direct variation, so if we know that k, let's say, is a number, ipa-plug in lang natin siya dito. Y equals, so yung bar na to is pertaining to equals, k times x. Okay, so pagka nakuha mo na yung k, plug in mo siya dito, and then what is the value of x when y is equal to 36? Okay, so pakita na natin para mas mabilis nyo makuha yung mga kailangan natin na sagot sa ating mga tasks kasi there are subtasks. Let's start with letter A. What is the constant of variation? Ayan. So, based dun sa ating pinapakita dito na triangle, okay, let me just use a pointer for it. Okay, so ito yung ating k. Hinahanap natin yung k. So, our ratio is y over x. So, dapat nasa tuktok yung y over x. So, if y is 12, x is 4, so we will get k is equal to 3. Okay? And then afterwards, we can now find the constant of variation. So, babalik pa rin tayo dito sa equation na to. Y is equal to k times x. So, plug in lang natin siya. So, therefore, letter B, the equation is y is equal to 3x. Okay? Because we know already that k is equal to 3. And then, pag kailangan na natin ngayon na isolve yung isang missing, marami tayong pwedeng gamitin, no? Pwede nyo siyang gamitin na parang you are solving it as a proportion, the way you were taught when you were in elementary. Di ba? Parang sinasabi dito, if x is 4, y is 12. So, if 36 yung y, so hindi natin alam ito. Okay, 36 yung second element, what is the value of? Okay, that's just 1. Or parang yung sa mga problems sa physics, parang x sub 1 over x sub 2 is equal to, rather, gagamit tayo ng pair. So, it's better to say x sub 1 over y sub 1 is the same with x sub 2 over y sub 2. Okay, pero to be consistent, gamitin natin yung y yung nauuna, no? Consistent tayo dun sa k. So, y sub 1 over x sub 1 is equal to y sub 2. So, kailangan magka-align yung coordinates natin. So, x sub 2. Yan. So, ano kaya yung magiging sagot? Sabi ni Angelica Gabriel, siya uli yung pinakamabilis. The answer is 12. Very good. At nag-second emotion or nag-third emotion pa si Renz at saka si Princess Divine. So, very good kids or very good millennials na pala kayo. Very good. Math-terrific cuties as how Ma'am Angenique would call you. Mga math-terrific cuties talaga kayo because the answer is 12. So, kung mapapansin kasi natin na triple yung y, so from 12 na triple siya to 36, so dapat yung x matitriple rin siya. So, from 4 times 3 magiging 12 siya. Okay, so when the value of y increases from 12 to 36, therefore, the value of x also increases from 4 to 12. Okay, so let's have now our next slide na mag-illustrate naman ng isa pang klase ng variation. Okay, direct square variation na tayo. Ayan. So, mas exciting to kasi mas, kumbaga same frame pa din, gagamit pa rin tayo ng triangle na pinakita ko kanina. Pero, this time, to get k, ang kailangan natin gawin ay kunin yung ratio ng y at saka square ng x. Okay, so, this is because direct square variation states that if y varies directly to the square of x, then there is a non-zero constant. So, meron ulit tayong k such that that k is taken from the ratio of y and x squared. And if we are going to write that in a form of a triangle, pwede pa rin, mag-work pa rin yung ating magic triangle dito. So, we have y, k, x squared. So, if you're after, let's say, y, anong kailangan mong gawin? I-times mo yung constant of variation mo with x squared. But if you're after x, you will have x squared is equal to y over x. And that means x is the square root of the quotient of y and, y and, syempre, yun na dito, hindi x pa rin. Mag-move on na kay x. Ayan. Dito sa kabila, syempre, k na yun. So, x is to be derived from the square root of the ratio of y and k. Ayan. Kasi k nga po yung nandito. Okay? So, yun yung ating pwedeng paraan ng pag-solve ng ganito. Okay? I'm just teaching you one. So, this a common example in geometry, no? In mensuration, the surface area of a cube and its side. That is an example of direct variation. Now, how do we describe the graph of a direct squared variation? It follows a quadratic curve kasi nga meron siyang squared relationship. So, it follows a quadratic curve. Okay, so meron tayo kasing tinatawag na quadratic curve, meron din tayong tinatawag na reciprocal curve sa ating mga pag-uusapan ngayon. So, associate natin because it is a squared, direct square variation, so quadratic curve ang mapoform natin. Okay? Yan, ito ang ating halimbawa. Okay, so siguro kayang-kaya nyo itong sagutan, no? Kung gagamitin yung technique na pinakita ko kanina. Sabi, if y varies directly as the square of x, y is equal to 27. When x is equal to 3, what is, okay, again, if y varies directly as the square of x and you are given y is equal to 27 when x is equal to 3. So, ang tinatanong, yun na, magagamit nyo na yung tinuro ko. What is x when y is equal to 81. Yan. Madali lang po ang direct, mahirap po ata ang inverse. Okay, so kasi ang kailangan lang nating later on sa mga example, I will teach you a technique, Yami, kasi dito pa tayo sa direct square variation. So pinagsunod ko yung direct variation tsaka direct square variation kasi yung structure nga niya magkahawig sila. Pag direct square variation, yung ating pinakita kanina, 'di ba? Meron tayong nasa tuktok yung y, magkatapat yung k tsaka x square. Samantalang sa direct variation lang, mawawala lang tong square. Okay? So, let's try to show the solution, no? Ayan, nasagot na ni Angelica. Tingnan natin. Okay? So, sabi dito, hindi ba parang sa pagkakatanda ko, ang sagot natin dito ay, are you sure it is an exact number? Angelica, Princess. Okay, tingnan natin. We'll just try to discover. So, as what I said in the subtask, so una natin kukunin, ang unang subtask natin is find K. So, saan natin kukunin yung K? Sa first complete pair na binigay, no? Wherein, as what we illustrated, para makuha mo yung K, divide 27 and the square of 3. So, the answer is, therefore, equal to 3 because the square of 3 is 9. Okay, so after that, plug it in the equation. Y is equal to kx squared. So we have y equals k is 3, so 3x squared. Yan. So yan na po yung ating magiging equation. Next, after you have derived that y equals 3x squared is the equation, dahil nakuha mo na yung k is 3, you are now ready to plug in sa ating pinakitang triangle kanina. So, 81 is equal to 3x squared. Ayan. Kaya tingnan ninyo, bakit hindi pwede yung 9? Kasi, pag dinivide mo yung 81 by 3, the result is 27. So, 27, pag kinuha mo yung square root, hindi siya eksaktong 9. So, x squared is equal to 27 here, di ba? Kasi, applying division, property of equality, divide both sides of the equation. This is still to be treated as an equation of variation. So, equation pa rin siya. So, magiging x squared is equal to 27. But we know that 27 is not a perfect square. So, kaya po, hindi ko inaccept agad yung sagot nila kanina na 9 po. Kasi ang tamang sagot ay x is equal to the square root of 27 because x nga is equal to the square root of 81 divided by the k, 3. So, the answer is x squared is equal to the square root of 27. And finally, simplify. Natutunan na natin yan nung grade 7 kayo. How to simplify simple numbers like this with the square root. So, x is equal to 3 square root of 3 yung tamang sagot. So, you have to check. Balikan na lang po ninyo sa ating live session. No? Pwede kayo mag-team replay uli para makita ninyo kung saan po kayo nagkamali. Okay? So, because we need to go to the last type of variation na kasama sa ating lesson ngayon. Ayan, kasi may nagtanong si Yami, sabi niya, madali lang talaga yung direct, pero medyo may iba na nahihirapan talaga sa inverse variation. Okay, so let us have an example para mas ma-contextualize natin at mas ma-substantiate natin yung pagkakaiba ng dalawa. Ayan. So, ito yung ating figure for inverse variation. As one quantity increases, the other one decreases. Okay, and vice versa. So, therefore, ano ang nabago ngayon? So, kung kanina, ang ratio for direct variation, ang magbibigay ng K, so dito sa inverse variation, kaparehas din sa proportion, inverse proportion, ang ratio ay manggagaling sa product. Okay? Sabi dito, if y is inversely proportional to x, or if y varies inversely as x, then as long as non-zero yung constant natin, so hindi pwede tayo magkaroon ng k is equal to 0, then we can say that k is derived from the product of x and y. Oo. So, Angelica, dapat square root pa pala talaga yung sa isa. Okay. So, let us have a concrete example of an inverse variation para makita nyo na, ay, ang dali lang pala talaga ng inverse variation. Ayan. Tingnan niyo yung ating sa normal example, no, igagraph natin to. Let's say we have the points 1, 2, then 2, 1, 3, 2/3, 4, 1/2, 5, 2/5. So, pag kinuha natin yung ratio, mapapansin natin iba-iba, no? 2 over 1, it's 2. Okay, that's equal to 2. Samantalang 1 over 2, it's lumiit, 1/2. The same with the other ordered pair. So, ibig sabihin, hindi natin pwedeng gawin yung ginagawa natin kanina sa ating mga first few slides. So, ang kailangan nating i-follow ay yung ating bagong structure for this kind of variation. So, pagbabalik na rin natin ngayon. So, ang K na ngayon, ang nasa tuktok at Y and X are yan. Because Y is inversely proportional to X. So, as if you're saying na Y is varies inversely with the reciprocal, varies with the reciprocal of X. So, parang sinasabi mo na Y equals K times 1 over X. Sa reciprocal ka ng X kukuha. So, parang ganun. Kaya ganyan yung structure ng ating triangle. Ayan. So, how do we go about it sa graph? Paano natin talaga siya madidistinguish sa graph? Mas makita ninyo yung relationship pag pinakita ko yung graph. No? Okay, so halimbawa ito. We have the same ordered pairs 1/2, 2, 1, 3 and 2/3, 3 2/3, 4 1/2, and 5 and 2/5. So kung mapapansin niyo, pag pinag-multiply mo yung y at x, 2 times 1, 1 times 2, 2/3 times 3, kagaya ng ginamit dito, 2/3 times 3, the answer is 2, and so with the rest. Okay, so how will that manifest sa graph? So magkakaroon tayo ng tinatawag nating curve pa rin, na asymptotic to both axes. So it's asymptotic to the y-axis, asymptotic din siya sa x-axis. Okay, so marinig nyo yan mostly pag grade 10 na kayo, yung word na asymptote, no? Tsaka pag grade 11. So, ang ibig lang sabihin ng asymptote, yun yung line na yung curve, papalapit siya ng papalapit, pero it will not touch that line. Okay? So, yung curve na to, asymptotic siya dito sa horizontal number line natin dito, at asymptotic din siya if we carry on with the curve. Asymptotic din siya sa line na nagko-contain nung 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So, it's called a reciprocal curve in some reference. Yan. So, yun yung pagkakaiba. Pag direct variation, dadaan sa 0, 0. Pero dito, nakikita niyo parang rotational symmetry niya yung 0, 0. Okay? So parang nagkakaroon siya ng rotational symmetry. That's the difference sa graph. Okay. Yan. So, let us have our specific example. So, kasama sa mga binanggit ko yung relationship ng speed or velocity sa time, because that's the most common example in science to illustrate inverse variation. So, as long as, take note, ating kailangan i-emphasize na there is a constant here, and the constant of variation here is yung isa pang variable sa natin, sa ating distance, rate, time. Okay? So, sabi dito, the rate R of the car varies inversely with the time. The car travels at 60 kph for 1.5 hours. What is the rate of the car when it took 1 hour to travel the same distance? So, ibig sabihin, ina-expect natin na dahil lumiit yung time, what will happen to the rate? Because yung sinasabi ko nga, your constant of variation here is your distance. So, ina-expect natin na dapat, dahil nga mas lumiit yung time, there's a decrease in one quantity, the resulting relationship will show na there is a increase in one quantity. Okay. So, we have to solve for the rate. How will we solve for the rate of our given quantity? Ayan. So, kailangan lang natin parang use natin yung ating triangle na, okay, ano yung ating triangle? D is equal to RT. Okay, so yung ginagamit natin sa science. And also in, I think when you are in grade 6, na-encounter nyo na siya. D is equal to RT. So, if you're after the rate, you divide distance by time because the distance is fixed, 90 kilometers. So, kung 1 hour lang siya kailangan mag-travel, kailangan mas mabilis sa 60. Ayan. Kaya that is the relationship. So, how will we illustrate as a proportion? So, ginagamit natin yung relationship na R1 over R2 is equal to, babalik na rin natin, time 2 over time 1. Yun yung inverse. So that pag pinag-cross-multiply mo applying the law of proportion, R1 times T1 is constant with R2 times T2. Ayun. Na natin siya pwedeng illustrate. Okay? So, yan. So, let us have our, siguro isang learning task muna for today. Okay? So, I'll give you 2 minutes to look at the direction. You're asked to complete the table of values. Okay? In our direction here, pwedeng, hindi ko siya direct yung binention kung direct variation ba siya or direct square. But it's obvious in the equation. Okay? So, ayan. So, pakisagutan ninyo. Let's just put a number to it. Let's say there are how many blanks here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So, the first 2 blanks are 1 para madali ko pong malaman kung tama yung sagot nyo. So, 1 and 2. Then here, 3 and 4. Okay? Tapos, yung sa next naman na K ang hinahanap din, tsaka X. That's 5 and 6. And then this one is number 7 and 8. Ayan. So, let's start with 1 and 2. Ayan, may mga comments na ako nababasa. Ang bilis nila. So, sabi ni Renz, no? Kanina nagsagutin pala siya. Congratulations, Renz. You are correct. 90 kilometers po. Ganun din si Princess Divine. And they were also the ones to mention the correct answer for K. Sabi nila, no, I stand corrected because that is K when it is an example of inverse variation. Pero tingnan mo yung statement. Varies directly as X. So, pakilagyan nyo ng number kagaya ng ginawa mo dun saan. Ayan. So, Princess Anika, lagyan ng number para mas makita ko kung ano yung sinasagot nyo na number. So, para pag pinroject ko siya rin dito, alam ko na 1 and 2 yun kasi yun yung binara ko. Okay? So, good afternoon po, Ma'am Mercy Padilla from Romblon National High School. So, maraming salamat po sa pagiging kaagapay namin sa DepEd Itulay online tutorial. So, patuloy nyo po kaming i-promote sa inyo pong mga kasamahan dyan sa Romblon. Ayan. So, ang ating pong pinag-uusapan ay direct variation or direct square variation. So, do not be confused sa learning task number 1 natin. So, our triangle will help us here, no? So, wag nating kalimutan yung ating pictographic way to solve or to remember, not to solve, but to remember the relationship. So, pwedeng ganyan siya. Or, kung direct square siya, okay, sa baba na lang. Kung direct square, kasi ito yung direct square, ang mababago lang ay yung exponent ng x. Okay? Yan. So, what is the answer for 1 and 2? Yan, they stick with their answer 150, no? Yun nga yung, okay, tingnan natin bakit po kayo nagkamali. Yan, kasi po, ang tamang sagot ay 6. Okay, so kasi po ito ay direct variation. So, as y increases, x increases. So, halimbawa, nag-increase yung x dito sa 8. So, dapat yung number 3 natin na sagot, mas mataas sa 5. Rather sa 30. Kasi nag-increase yung 8. So, ganun po yung relationship. Okay? So, what is our constant of variation dito? Okay? Our constant of variation is 6 because it's 30 divided by 5. Kaya po ginanyan ko ng structure niya na 30 muna divided by 5. Okay. Kaya ang tamang sagot ay k is equal to 6 and our equation therefore is y is equal to 6x. Ayan. Sa pangalawang question, okay, maraming nalito pa. Sorry. That means kailangan nating tapusin itong number 2 at least. Okay? Kasi mali pa po yung mga sagot ng ating mga tuties. Sabi, pa-help po, Tutor Janet. Lori is asking for donations for a charity walk. She wants to raise 100 million pesos for the 100,000 pesos for the charity. Write an inverse equation to calculate the amount she should. Okay, so ibig sabihin, okay, you have to consider Yami na habang madaming magbibigay, no, yung konteksto ng the more people share, kahit piso lang yan, the smaller amount na kailangang i-raise ng bawat tao. So, ibig sabihin, you can make an inverse variation out of that by saying na yung iyong X is the number of people na magdo-donate versus dun sa amount na kailangang i-donate ng bawat isa. Okay? So, because habang mas maraming mag-share dun sa amount, yung ibibigay nilang amount, dumiliit din siya. Okay? I hope na answer ko yung question mo, Yami. Okay. So, meron kang follow-up dito. Mamaya babasahin ko na lang yan. So you can have a PM. You can private message me. Ayan. So, ito na po yung ating tamang sagot. No? Nabigay naman sa number 3 ni Princess Anika. Very good, anak. So, number 3, sabi niya, y is equal to 10x, which is the correct answer. So, sa 5 and 6, nagsagot na si Princess. Let us check. Y is equal to 3x. May guide na kayo doon. So, ibig sabihin, tama siya. So, x must be equal to 6 because the constant of variation is 3. Now, let's go to the last one. This is direct square variation. So, tingnan natin, medyo challenging to by isang tingin lang. Okay, so last example na natin siya for today. Ayan. Okay, so, pakita ko na. Okay, so ibig sabihin nito, 72 is our y. So, we have to use it for paano? So, kailangan natin siyang i-drawing. Okay, nami-misplace ang aking. Okay. So, ibig sabihin, if we're going to continue with how we structured it kanina sa aking previous slide, so y, k, x squared. So, k is equal to, which is already given, y over x squared. So, if k is 2, okay, so plug in 2, so we have 72 over x squared. Okay? So, which is, pagka manipulate natin, magiging perfect square yung quotient. No? So, 36 ang magiging quotient. So, therefore, what is our x? X is equal to 6. Okay? So, that means our k, nandun na sa equation, k is equal to 2. Ayan. So, yun lang. Kailangan lang susundan ninyo yung ating pattern. So, we will be going over. So, pwede nyo naman pong ma-access ang ating slides sa mga susunod na araw. So, we'll be going over this. Okay? So, para makita ninyo po yung mga tamang sagot doon sa pivot module na ating pinagbasihan. At amin po kayong iniimbitahan na panoorin ang ating susunod na makakasama. So, amin po kayong ini-invite para sa ating mga Math 10 base. No? So, welcome po natin sila. Si Tutor, ayan, sila Tutor Roel at Tutor King for Math 10. Yan po. Maraming salamat at kita-kits po tayo next Friday with Tutor Angenique.